Hi guys, and welcome to the video. So today I'll be flipping through my very first journaling Bible I started in 2017. I recently posted my most recent journaling Bible flip through, so I thought we'd go back to the beginning. As you can see, I've gone through a few Bibles since I've started journaling, and it's been really helpful to grow my faith and learn more about the Word of God. So I wanted to show you guys where it all began. So this is the Bible. This was actually the first Bible I painted. You can see here what it used to look like the first time I painted it. And I repainted it a couple times while I had it because I would come up with a new design and get excited and want to change it. So this was the last design it ended on. You can see here that on the first page I made a little sticky note of pages to turn to when you want to read about a certain topic. One thing I love about this Bible and flipping through it is the story it tells about my faith. I started this Bible at a point in my life when I was just kind of beginning to get that personal relationship with God and making my faith my own rather than kind of living off of my parents' faith or my friends' faith. Reading the Bible really intentionally for the first time, and Bible journaling really helped me do that. I just kind of struggle sitting down and reading text and retaining it, specifically things in the Bible that can be long or wordy or honestly just get kind of boring at times. And journaling helped me stay focused and remember what I was reading. So flipping through this is really memorable for that, and seeing how my faith was growing and how I was understanding and better grasping God's word as I was growing. I was only 17 when I started this. And so it's really inspiring to look back and see how much my faith has grown and all that I've learned since then. And all that I'm still learning today, honestly. Flipping to this page, this was one of my favorite that I did. I loved it so much. And the nice part is if you prime your pages with gesso before you paint on them, they won't bleed through at all. You can see there's a lot of pages I did on here where it bled through a lot just because I was still learning what supplies to use, stuff like that. But that was definitely one of my favorite pages that I did, and I think I have another one like it in here. It's been a really long time since I've opened and flipped through this Bible. I did a quick little 20-second flip through on an Instagram reel a couple weeks ago, which prompted me to film these more in-depth ones. But it's been so long since I've actually opened this and flipped through all the pages in it, and it's so nostalgic and encouraging to see my growth throughout the years. And not only with my faith, but also with my art and lettering and stuff. Here you can see I did that design again. I really liked it. It's easy to flip through this page because I put washi tape on the edge of any page that I did art on so that I could easily find it again. So that makes this flip through really concise. I'm just skipping to the pages that are marked on the side that have stuff on them. I get a lot of questions about people who are wanting to start learning lettering, and you can see here this was kind of the beginning of me learning lettering. I've probably been lettering for maybe a year or so at this point, so this isn't even the first starting point. So don't be discouraged if your lettering is not the best at first. I think this still looks pretty cute, but I've definitely come a long way since lettering for 8 or 9 years now. But it definitely did not start as good as it is now. Here you can see this was one of my first read-throughs through Psalms, which is one that I like to read through all the time. I always come back to Psalms. There's just so much goodness in it. And here I was going a little bit more into the note-taking side of Bible journaling. Most of this Bible is more art-based. That was just what was helping me read the Bible and connect with my faith then. And I was looking at Pinterest and Instagram and seeing a lot of people doing this. I feel like was kind of when Bible journaling was first getting big, and it was mostly art-based. And I was really getting into that, and seeing the people that I followed do similar stuff was always really inspiring. And even if it was just a small like this one here, it got me to open my Bible, to read the word, to read the context of the verse, rather than just if I were to do Bible verse art on a separate page or something, I probably wouldn't read all of the around it and get all the context. This one I really like. This is one of my favorites that I did. I think it's so pretty. Um, but yeah, it got me opening my Bible and reading and learning more, which I think is what's most important about Bible journaling. Here's this one. I think this one is cool. The colors are a little bit dark. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a storm, but it's always fun to look back at your old art and see what's changed. I did a lot of this, like, just different styles of lettering kind of all put together in one. I was a big fan of that. You can see here, like, just mixing calligraphy and normal writing. I do that a lot. I was looking at this page when I was flipping through it, and I don't love this page. It just looks really messy, and it's kind of hard to read the text on it. But I remember when I first did it, and I really liked it, and I thought it was really cool. But yeah, you can see that bled through a lot. Here you can see more of that, just kind of mixing different font styles together. I was really into that. A lot of the like artists that I was following when I was learning calligraphy did that, just mixing different writing styles together. This one right here, you can see I've tried a lot of different font styles on that page. It was a great way to learn new writing styles and to practice existing writing styles. Probably not something I do as much anymore now, but I was really into that look at this time. I always think it's cool to see the growth of kind of where I started and where I'm at now. And I think it's encouraging. I feel like when I was learning, I was only looking at people who had been doing lettering and art and whatever for years and wondering why my stuff didn't look like theirs. And it's because I hadn't been doing it for years. And I know people have told me that they feel that way now looking at my stuff, like, oh, I wish my lettering looked like yours. Well, unless you've done it for this long, it probably won't. It will probably look closer to something like this, which is totally fine. It's all about just practicing and continuing with it. I really liked that page, and I loved that I used like a metallic pen there. I think that was really pretty. I think one thing I definitely could have worked on these pages is like planning my design out with a pencil. I feel like there are a lot of times where it looks like my writing is kind of running out of space or not centered, which, to be fair, I still don't really write things out with a pencil first because I just kind of hope for the best. But I think I've gotten better at planning it out, maybe. I think those sunflowers are cute, but they definitely need a little bit of work. They're looking a little stringy. Ooh, I remember really liking this one. I still think this one is cute. This was one of my favorites that I did. And I remember being so excited to share it to Instagram. I always really enjoy seeing the old notes that I've written, especially in passages that I've reread multiple times. Just the way that you can see your spiritual growth and, you know, what was really impactful or sticking out to me then, how God has worked in my life since then, you know, the things that I needed to hear then versus what I needed to hear from that same passage today and how that's changed. And also how it hasn't changed and how there's reminders, you know, that I needed then that I still need now. It's just cool to see. I feel like it's a good glimpse into what God has done in your life looking through old Bibles, just because you can see what verses stuck out to you, what you wanted to read, things like that. I remember really liking that Light of the World page and thinking it was really cool. I think I got the idea from Pinterest. It was not my original idea. I really like this page. I used to draw these flowers on everything I did at school. But honestly, I think this looks really cute. I think I want to do this in my current Bible. I think this is another one that I saw on Pinterest and wanted to recreate. I got a lot of my Bible journaling inspiration from Pinterest at this time. Ooh, I also remember, you can see I told y'all I liked those ribbons. The ribbons with the text on top was a big thing for me. I thought it was cool to see notes that were dated. It was from a youth conference I did in 2019. So that's always cool to look back on. I was also big into washi tape. I used these like thin, just like colored washi tapes on a lot of the pages. You can see more places where I'm trying new and different fonts. Some of them are kind of hard to read, but that's okay. I could read them, and that's what matters. I definitely don't love that slanted text, but that's alright. If you've been on the fence about Bible journaling, I really encourage you to start. I just think it's such a great way to document your faith, and it's fun. Like, I enjoy showing you guys how my faith has grown and how God has worked in my life, and remembering all the little things that He did, all the prayers He answered, that I might have forgotten about if I didn't have them written down somewhere. Plus, it's just a great way. Like I said earlier, it helps keep me focused and remembering what I'm reading. Ooh, okay, I love this page. I used my Cricut to cut out some metallic gold letters and added it on top. I've always thought that page was really cool. I was definitely very big into sticky notes. Like, I'm not sure why I covered that entire column with sticky notes, but... Or covered like half the page. I guess maybe I did the journaling first and then I decided I wanted to add some notes. But that's okay. You can see when I get to these pages where I'm more highlighting and taking notes, there's definitely a transition. In the beginning, I kind of started Bible journaling just as a way to open and read my Bible and then make art. And then I kind of transitioned into wanting to study the Bible more and being a little bit more intentional about what I actually was reading, rather than just picking out verses that I wanted to make art around. And again, that's just kind of showcasing the growth that I had through the 2 years that I was using this Bible, which I think is really beautiful to see. That what started as being more focused on creating Christian art ended up leading to me wanting to learn more about the Bible, wanting to read it more, and grow closer to God through it. I really liked drawing these little swirlies, if you can't tell. I was also a big fan of color. Just no real color palette, just any color that I had would work. I think this star page is really cute, but these yellow stars, they were glittery, which is super fun, but the ink I used for them bled like crazy all over to the backside, which is kind of unfortunate, but more of those bright colored sticky notes and that washi tape. I told y'all I loved these. This is when, I think that's the first time that I read through all of James, and this was a really impactful book for me at the time. Just learning how to live better as a Christian, as I grew up Christian, but I was kind of making my faith my own for the first time and learning what it meant for me to be a Christian for the first time. So that was a really influential book at the time, and it's still one of my favorites. I love it so much. And that is it. You can see at the end where I always use these last pages to test my highlighters. I hope you guys enjoyed getting a little glimpse, and like I said, I really just want to encourage you to, if this is something that you feel like would help you in your faith, to pursue it and try it.